Do you still remember how you felt when the last financial crisis happened in the global economy? Do you remember the fear and panic, anxieties, emotions clouded you to sell off your hard-earned stocks? This video makes you unshakable even the toughest markets happens, because when you are unshakable, you think rationally, creating the highest possible of profits in your investments. The Unshakeables is a book written by Tony Robbins. In short, Unshakeables means stay confident and calm even when market is collapsing. The importance of Unshakeables here is we think logically on the decisions we make based on facts and analytical analysis. And the opposite of Unshakeables is shaky. Our decisions is based on rumors or emotions, and the chances of winning is based on luck. Uncertainty is a root of why we get emotions on our decisions. It is because we don't understand how markets behave. To be unshakable, first we need to understand the fundamentals of market patterns. The market itself is like the seasons. It has winters, which means the market is falling 20% from its peak, and it is called bear market. When this happens, it is wise for you to start selling off your stocks. When market is falling down to 10%, we call it corrections. Do not panic to sell off your stocks if corrections happens. Statistics shows only 20% corrections will turn to bear markets. A good news is, based on average historical fact, bear markets happens once every 3 to 5 years. When it happens, it lasts for 2 to 24 months. This indicates most of the time market is doing well in the long run. Now, do you feel unshakable after knowing this fact? If you are, here is the 4 most successful investment lessons I found in this book. Lesson number 1 is forget big gains and focus on avoiding losses. Warren Buffett is often quoted on his only 2 rules for investing. Rule number 1 is never lose money. Rule number 2 is never forget the first rule, because it is difficult to get back your loss from your remains capital. The math is simple. If you invest $1,000 and you lose 50%, you go down to 500. That kind of losses leaves you at 500, which means you need to invest at 100% of your money to get back at your initial investment. So forget chasing massive gains. The best offense is a good defense. Lesson number 2, low risk, high reward investments. This is not only possible, they are the only things you should look for. Smartest investors like Paul Tudor Jones look only for high rewards, low risk bets to put their money on. It is called the asymmetric risk or reward ratios, and it means the reward is disproportionately high for the amounts of risk you are taking on. In Jones' case, he has a set rules to only invest in something that he can expect to have 5 times his initial money from. With that in place, he can be wrong on 4 investments, and the 5th one will still make him come out even. If he diligently does his homework though, and is right 3 times out of 5, he will more than double his money. Lesson number 3, follow your investing checklist. In any systems that involve humans, the biggest points of failure is always, humans. The reasons automated investing software gets more and more popular is that most people are emotional beings. The roots of the problems go back to biology. We respond to situations in which we lose money as if they are life-threatening. So our brains instantly go into survival mode, causing us to sell off all our precious stocks at the worst point. This ties back to lesson number 2. If I see a great investment with low risk and high rewards during a financial crisis, it is best for you to follow your rule. This way, both you and your bank account will soon be unshakable. Lesson number 4, diversify investments. Yes, I know, this is the most obvious fundamental. It is the essence which almost everyone knows. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. But there's a difference between knowing what to do and actually doing what you know. There are 2 important ways to diversify effectively. Number 1 is diversify across markets, countries, and currencies around the world. We live in a global market. Make sure your eggs is spread across the globe. Number 2 is diversify across time. You will never know the right time to buy anything. On average, bull and bear markets happen 75 to 25%, meaning most of the time the market is on the rises. So consistently invest over months and years, you will reduce your risk and increase your returns over time. As a conclusion, investment is like running a marathon. When you are running, you may slow down in order to accelerate further. This is what corrections happen in market. There is also a risk of you could fall due to accidents or fatigue. Same thing in investments when bear markets happens. As long as you keep moving toward your goal, you will reach your destinations. The biggest risk in investments is not the wrong decision you make on your investments, but is stay out from the market. I hope you learned some things from this video. If you do, please leave me a comment. Till then, I will talk to you in the next video.